Tobacco sales to people under 21 is illegal, but it still happens. Two Colorado communities have put new legislation in place for better enforcement of the law. With more about Tobacco Free 303 is Taylor Roberts from the Tri-County Health Department.
Taylor, thank you so much for joining us and for having this conversation with us. It's a really important one. So let's start off here. What is Tobacco Free 303?
Tobacco Free 303 is a public awareness campaign that was created to give our community partners and activists a platform for them to share their voice and to raise awareness of this issue of young people using tobacco products and having access to the tobacco products in their community. It's also an opportunity for parents and trusted adults to educate themselves about the harms of these products and to be able to have really informed conversations with the young people in their lives about not using these products, even though there are a lot of pressures to.
Yeah, Taylor, this is a very important conversation for many of us to be having with our younger ones and our teens. So what groups were instrumental in getting these new laws passed, and where have they been passed so far?
You know, there are groups all over the state of Colorado who are advocating for these new laws in their cities that can help limit the access that young people have to these products. It also gives them local control and activates their local law enforcement in enforcing existing age restrictions on tobacco product sales in their community. Groups like the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver, the Adams County Retail Tobacco Sales Learning Community, the Douglas County Healthy Youth Coalition, and the Douglas County Youth Leader Board have been instrumental in getting policies passed in the city level of North Glen, Castle Pines, and Lone Tree. And many more are having that conversation, looking at these policy solutions to better limit the access that young people have to these products.
Well, I'm so happy that you brought up some of these communities that have already, passed these laws, because so many people, I'm sure at home, our viewers are really interested in knowing where we can find the tobacco regulations that exist in any particular community.
Almost all cities are going to have their municipal code online through their website, and we certainly would recommend that people can access them there. But that may not be the easiest way to find out about these policies. We would recommend also reaching out to your city clerk, asking about what restrictions are in place to limit youth access to tobacco and nicotine products. And then obviously we would love people to connect to Tobacco Free 303 through our website, through our social media channels. Reach out to us through email if you want to learn more about this topic.
That's great. Well, to wrap things up here, Taylor, I want to quickly talk about, vaping, especially when it comes to our teens. What do we need to know, and how can parents tell if their teen is in fact vaping?
Certainly, young people using vape products is a major concern for public health. In 2019, the Tri-County Health Department Board of Health declared youth vaping a public health emergency and mobilized a lot of our resources and staff to address this issue in the community. We know that young people are attracted to these products, whether it's through just pure pressure and them being really visible in the community, or they're using these products to relieve stress in their own lives. They're under a lot of pressure. We know that these products are also harmful. The younger that a person introduces nicotine into their brain, the more likely they are to experiment with other substances later in life, the more likely they are to develop respiratory diseases, the more likely they are to have things like memory impairment and learning deficiencies that would come from nicotine being introduced into the brain at a young age. So we know that that's a major concern. In 2019, the Healthy Kids Colorado survey data showed us that there has been a leveling off in the increase of youth using these products. And we've seen an increase in the perception of harm that young people have with these products, which is obviously in no small part due to the work of community groups like ours. But we know that there's more work to be done. We know that it needs to continue to be a topic that's discussed.
Yes, well, we appreciate the work that you've already been doing, and we're looking forward to hopefully getting the message out there to more communities about what you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
Tobacco Free 303 can provide you with facts that will help you learn the dangers of tobacco products and keep our youth from getting addicted to nicotine. Visit tobaccofree303.org with your teen today. This mention was sponsored by Tobacco Free 303.